High-protein pastas can be delicious and a fantastic alternative to the traditional choice. Both gluten-free and protein-packed, and made with only 3 ingredients that you most likely have at home, they are a celebration of flavors and colors. Today, we learn how to turn legume impulse into flour and make pastas with it. Welcome back to Main Chef, Tommaso here. Let's talk about gluten-free and high-protein pasta. Pasta is a comfort food loved by many, but often it's hard to find options that are both protein-rich and gluten-free. And let's be honest, many of the gluten-free flours aren't great, with a lot of recipes that are overcomplicated, without talking how often the choices in the supermarket are well overpriced. So today we're crafting 3 incredible pasta varieties from scratch. We have a red lentil and chickpea fusilli, mung bean and marrowfat pea spaghetti, and then we have a unique blend of black eye, black turtle and soybean tortiglioni. But we're also learning a little secret on how to cook this pasta and not turning them into a mash. First thing is picking our dry ingredients and making our flours. And if you need help on how to stock your pantry, I made a video you can come back to after and also get a free shopping list. So for the flours, the process is very straightforward. Just get your blender and turn them into a powder. We repeat the process for all the flours that we need. Make sure that the bowl is dry and that you scrub the edges a few times until you obtain a very fine flour. Lentils, mung, soy and peas came out perfectly, and with the texture that we're looking for, while the black-eyed and black turtle were a touch coarser, so I decided to sieve them a few times. I highly suggest that you sieve them anyway, so it's easier to work the pasta dough. Talking of which, we proceed with the next step. First recipe, we have red lentils and chickpea, and we start by mixing our flours. But before that, if you are enjoying this video, give me a like and hit that follow button. Back to the recipe, you can easily make this by hand, but if you have a mixer, we start with a beater to mix the flours and to incorporate the water. Then we switch it to the hook and let it knead 5 to 8 minutes for an improved texture. The goal is to achieve a firm dough that holds together but isn't sticky. Every recipe here is different, but the process is exactly the same. And once they are ready, we take the doughs from the mixing bowl, cover and we let them rest for about half an hour. This process helps the dough to fully hydrate. Now we are ready to shape, and we can either make our handmade shapes, and I have a video for you here with my favorite 4 pasta shapes that you can check and learn immediately. Or we can use a pasta extruder, which is a little attachment that goes into the mixer to create our chosen shape. Starting with our red lentil and chickpea pasta, we feed the extruder, and I opted for a fusilli shape. And I'm so excited about these, as these are not just packed with proteins but full of fiber and very low in fat, looking after our energy, digestion and keeping our heart in check. For our second mix, mung bean and marrowfat pea spaghetti, we repeat the same process. These ones are packed with antioxidant and again, a great source of energy and nutrients. I also like to work my pastas with rice flour, which will help us to avoid any sticking, same if you were using semolina. For our third and last mix, we have black eye, black turtle and soybean pasta. I call them tortiglioni curvi, but someone would argue that they are gomiti rigati, which is the rigged elbow, or something closer to a pie. Anyway, no one's care, and these are some type of curved rigatoni. This pasta has a beautiful color and taste, a triple treat of plant-based protein, also iron-rich and full of antioxidants. So now we have our pasta trays ready and we can let it dry. You can dry at a room temp, but if you live with a voracious pet like I do, you're better off in the oven or dehydrator, at a low temp like 30 to 35 degrees until completely dry. At this point they're ready to go in containers and they stay safely in your pantry 2 to 3 months. If you're interested in the nutritional account of these products, I'm leaving them in the description of the video. But now let's see how to cook them. A common problem with the store-bought similar products is that we always risk to overcook them, transforming the pasta into a mash. and that's happened to everybody. But there is a main difference in the method of cooking compared to the gluten pasta, and it's the hard boiling factor. Here, yes, we need to boil our water and add our salt, but as soon as we drop the pasta, we reduce the heat to a super gentle simmer for a few minutes. Spaghetti and tortiglioni go for around 4 to 5 minutes, and fusilli 2 to 3 minutes before strain and serve. This way you will always maintain the proper texture. Here I serve them with a puttanesca, no anchovies, an aglio, olio and peperoncino, and a creamy mushroom one. I hope you found some value in this video, so subscribe, stay creative, and I'll see you next time. Peace!